an international climate change agreement and use more clean energy. There you go.
Plus, pundits and politicians weigh in on the Democrats' Green New Deal, but what do young voters think about it?
Based on what you've heard of the plan, would you say you view it favorably or unfavorably?
I view it favorably. I think that we need to cut our reliance on fossil fuels. It's definitely a great idea.
I like that it's progressive. I like that it is going to push the world forward in the way we need to be.
Knowing who's endorsed it and just some little things, it sounds great.
I think if we didn't do that, then we're going to be killing ourselves, basically.
Got it.
Campus Reform Media Director Cabot Phillips spoke with those students and says their tunes changed a bit once he explained what's actually in the proposal. And he joins us live this morning to explain. Obviously, the proposal sounds great. It's very pie in the sky, perfect world. But you gave them the real lowdown. What did you say, Cabot?
Yeah, I walked them through exactly what was going to be in this deal that they were very quick to endorse and very quick to say would be helping our country. I told them about how the initial plan at the time was saying it was going to be giving financial support to those unwilling to work, how it was planning to essentially do away with the air industry as well as coal, oil, natural gas. Listen to these students. They actually thought I was kidding when I walked them through some of the basics of the plan. Listen to these clips of how their views changed after hearing that.
The plan says within 10 years, we're going to completely outlaw coal, natural gas, and oil.
I think we need those things to live.
If you're unwilling to work, we will still supply help for your salary.
I don't think that the people who are contributing should pay for you.
Eliminating almost all air travel with high-speed rails.
We've come so far to get to this point where we are right now. To say, oh, we have to get rid of it in 10 years seems a little too much to me.
It goes on and on. There's student after student saying, well, I guess now that I know what's in the plan, maybe this doesn't make sense. And I think that so much of the left pushing these socialist ideas, as we've covered at the Leadership Institute's Campus Reform, is all about this idea of socialism being compassionate. And so many people think that it's actually helping people. Policies like this are compassionate because of the opportunity and equal outcome they offer to everyone, not realizing how destructive it's been throughout history. And also, I think there's a certain element of social pressure here where a lot of young people hear the word green. And anytime you throw the word green somewhere, students are afraid, and many young Americans are afraid to oppose anything because they don't want to be labeled as anti-environment, anti-climate. And I think that is also an element in getting so many people to support this bill.
Yeah, I think you're right. The word green, you actually heard one of the students there use the word progressive. What do you think it is about the Democratic Party right now, and maybe some of the younger folks in the party in particular, that's really latching on to these students?
Well, first, I do think it has a lot to do with how it's being sold as compassionate. I think many young people view these ideas as free everything, not as unrealistic, but as being something that's helping people. Sadly, I think a lot of that stems from a lack of history and a lack of realization of what socialism has actually done throughout history. And also, I think it's important to remember that these elements of the Democrat Party, these more far-left socialist elements, are no longer fringe on the left. Maybe it's easy to view them as something to laugh off, but this is a serious issue now. We have legitimate people, Cory Booker, Elizabeth Warren, and Kamala Harris, all endorsing these things, legitimate 2020 candidates. These are no longer issues, these socialist policies that are on the fringe. They are now in the mainstream of the Democrat Party. I think people on the right need to begin to take them seriously and substantively have solutions for them and not just laugh them off as these crazy socialist ideas. Even though they are crazy, not just laugh them off as something that could never latch on and gain support here.
Yeah, well, socialism creeps up because it sounds so good. It does. It sounds more fair and it sounds kinder, but the reality sometimes can be very much different. Cabot, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Good stuff, Cabot.
All right. 36 minutes after the hour, he was once Mexico's most wanted drug lord, and now El Chapo is going away for life. And some lawmakers want his billions of dollars in assets to pay for a border wall with Mexico. Your comments pouring in on this one. We're going to share some of them coming up.
Plus, Liz Cheney has got new beef with Cory Booker, and the internet is eating